When Toby Gard first created Lara Croft, with the release of the PlayStation 2, the Tomb Raider team decided to overhaul the game for next-generation consoles quickly.
The consensus was it needs to change. She needs to be able to talk to people, she needs to be harder edge, she needs to do, I mean, this whole list of stuff which we all sat around and, yeah, you know, we all bought into. But as that project went on, it was obvious we'd made it too big, and what we were trying to do was insane. I mean, just mad.
The time limit wasn't really enough. The team size wasn't enough. Missed loads of deadlines. Angels and Artists was forced out before it was really ready.
In late 2003, the ambitious Tomb Raider, The Angel of Darkness, was released worldwide, with some mixed results. Initial sales were strong thanks to an aggressive ad campaign, but critically, the game received lower scores for its glitchy graphics than awkward control scheme.
I don't think you'd ever get anybody else to admit to Angel of Darkness that it was their fault. Ultimately, it was my fault, and I paid for that with my job, which I'm very happy about that. But it was done by committee, so you live or die by the sword.
At the same time, players were migrating to newer action-adventure games. After The Angel of Darkness, Eidos made a tough decision.
Stop. We're going to have to take this away. We've got to sort of this Jewel in the Crown franchise. We've got to be seen to be making a new start. So they took it over and gave it to the Crystal Dynamics in the States.
Ultra vigilis umbram, ecce veritas. Through the spirit of the Keeper, behold the truth.
As I said, I don't rightly know. We argued, I can remember that, and gunfire. I make decisions fast and learn to live with the consequences. Much of what you said rings true.
I'm flattered.
Don't be. Be useful.
As Lara sets out to find Von Croy's killer, she finds that her ordeals have weakened her and that she needs to build up her strength and skills again.
She was really weakened at the tomb in Egypt. So it's the story of her sort of returning as a character, giving her the abilities that she once had and then lost.
We shall have an ability to improve her upper body strength or lower body strength. So as the game progresses, you'll find that she can perform longer jumps, or she can hang on to monkey swings longer and go over parts that she couldn't have done previously.
The Lara that you play potentially will be a different Lara to my Lara. I may be able to run a little bit faster with Lara, and I can get through that door that's always shutting, whereas you haven't quite honed those skills and can't get through that door, but you might be able to climb better than me, so you can go around that corner and drop down the courtyard that I can't get to.
We've also added more moves. She can do proper stealth moves now. She's got a lot of hand-to-hand combat in there, punching, kicking, She can sneak around corners, she can take enemies out and then sort of hide again.
Part of what allowed the core team to develop these new moves for Lara was the power of the PlayStation 2. They further tapped this potential to develop a host of other improvements that will push Lara's adventures to the next level.
Everything just goes up to a new level that nobody will have seen before, because we're allowed to do so much more with the PS2. Lara's 8,000 polygons. PS1 version, she was 600. So we've been able to add a whole new dimension of detail to her. She will actually lip sync when she talks to characters. They'll actually, have full facial expressions and lip sync back at Lara.
Stock medicinal potions and herbal extracts.
This Tomb Raider game is a lot darker than previous games, as in the storyline is much more sinister.
So the mood, the atmosphere is something that we've been very keen to create. I think that lends itself to the lighting system.
So we've tried to beef up the lighting a lot by adding the shadow maps. In certain areas we've got really very realistic shadows casting across the floor from objects, from Lara, other enemy characters. Everything casts shadows onto everything. Makes a hell of a difference.
As Lara struggles to determine what's happened to Von Croy, she runs into a new character in the Tomb Raider series, a character who's an integral part of the game.
His name is Curtis, and he is the coolest character ever. He's a member of an ancient sect of knights called the Lux Veritatis. They've sort of got paranormal powers, and basically he's a demon hunter.
We wanted Curtis to be quite a different character to Lara. It's going to be quite an interesting sort of love-hate relationship that they have initially, because Curtis is there in this game and he's always one step ahead of Lara. He's almost like the thorn on her side. He seems to be on his own mission, has his own agenda, but he's always just there one stage ahead of her.
So they don't like each other at all, and it's not till later on in the game that they sort of get to work as a team.
you.